was right there in front of the sea, and the Pharaohs behind said, I have my Lord. Allah made the impossible possible. What is the impossible? That the sea will split into two, and then he will walk from in front, from under. Walk while around him are the big mountains of water, sea water, and he's walking from amidst all of that, and no problems and not fearing anything at all. Yeah, that's impossible can become possible when you trust Allah Azza wa Jal. Back to the story, that scene when Sayyidina Musa AS was with the magicians. Then the magicians threw their sticks, and Sayyidina Musa AS started to throw his stick. So when he threw his stick, it ate and devoured all the other snakes and ropes and sticks of the magicians. And Egypt was very famous for magic, up till today, by the way. And very famous for this black magic and all these things. So then, when this happened, the magicians already knew that this is not magic. This is not magic. They know what magic look like. They know their art very well. The magicians know their art very well. That's not our art. That's something different. This is a miracle. It's not magic. It's not like what we're doing. So then they started to prostrate down to Allah Azza wa Jal in submission. آمنا برب هارون وموسى. We believe in the Lord of Harun and Musa. This is not magic. So when they did so, the Pharaoh in that scene, he wanted, because the whole people, the whole Egypt is gathered. The whole town is gathered there. So you notice, if the magicians accepted Islam, then what will happen to the rest of the country? The rest of the country will follow them. So I will have no one to rule over. So he said, آمنتم له قبل أن آذن لكم. How dare you believe in him before I give you permission? The magician, the pharaohs and the dictators throughout history, they think that they are in control of the religion of people. That's a problem, even up till today. Any dictators in any country, they think that they are in control of even of the religion of people. You can't practice deen like that easily. No, you have to practice through me. Do what I tell you to do. Even in today's time. Even in today's time. You can't practice your deen in some countries easily. In Egypt, those who have beards, they are persecuted. They capture them and they throw them into jail. Those who are with hijab, they are investigated. Those who are, things like this in some countries. And they say Tunisia, at certain point, Turkey, used to have these things. Understand? So we thank and praise Allah for the privilege of being able to worship Allah freely in this country. This is a great ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Understand, ya ikhwan? طيب. So when this happened, what did the Pharaoh say to the magicians? He threatened them. He said, I'm going to crucify you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. Now they heard all of that, but they already trusted Allah, believed in Allah. See, when the Iman presides in the heart, when the Iman comes to the heart of anyone, Allah gives coolness, tama'nina. You start to be, okay, whatever happens, happens, I don't care. So the magicians who just accepted Islam, they said to Pharaoh, challenging him, Pharaoh, who's Pharaoh? The one who said that I'm your greatest Lord. أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى. They challenged this man who used to persecute and kill the children of Banu Israel year after year. Who was a tyrant. And if we think of someone in history who's the most horrible ruler ever in the history of mankind, it's Pharaoh. But those magicians, when they had Iman, they dared to stand in the face of that Pharaoh and say to him, فَقْضِ مَا أَنْتَ قَاضِ إِنَّمَا تَقْضِ هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Do whatever you want to do, you will only end this worldly life. Do whatever you want to do, we will only end this worldly life. Yani we're not losers. This is a lesson to us. The real victory is that you die on Iman and Islam. That's the real victory. If you die on Iman and Islam, you succeeded already. You're going to Jannah. You got your certificate. Death is death. Who's not going to die? All of us will die. All of us will die, right or wrong? Once I interviewed Sheikh Abdul Aziz Rantisi. He was one of the leaders of the Palestinian resistance. We were talking, and he mentioned this in the TVs as well. And he was saying, they threatened me to kill me, he said. They threatened to kill me, but death is death. We're going to die in any way. Everyone is going to die in any way. Either by heart attack, or by an Apache attack. And I prefer the Apache attack. He said, death is, and he died on with the same thing. He died also with an Apache attack. Sadaqa Allah fa sadaqahu. He was truthful with Allah and Allah was truthful to him. He said, death is death. In any way, we're going to die. Whether I'm going to die at the 30 years, at 40 years, at 50 years, at 100 years, at 120 years, at the end I'm going to die. Whether I'm going to die out of sickness or out of age or out of a heart attack or an Apache attack, and I prefer an Apache attack because it's shahada. It is martyrdom. So this interpret to you the real meaning of victory. When you see some mujahideen say, we are tullab shahada, we just want to get martyrdom. We're not here we have no interest in this worldly life. Our main abode is the next life. Our main abode is the next. We want shahada. But they don't go kill themselves or something. No, they make jihad until they are passed away while they are on the haqq. Same like the magicians. The magicians, they passed away on the haqq. They don't care. We don't care what you do to us. Understand, ya ikhwa? So the lesson here is, فَقْدِ مَا أَنْتَ قَاضِي. It doesn't matter how you die as long as you die in Islam. The same words were stated by Sayyidina Khabbab radiallahu anhu. He said, وَلَسْتَ أُبَالِي حِينَ أُقْتَلُ مُسْلِمًا عَلَى أَيِّ جَنْبٍ كَانَ فِي اللَّهِ مَصْرَعِي. I don't care as long as I'm going to die as a Muslim, in which way they're going to kill me. The Sahabi. In which way they're going to kill me, I don't care. But at the end, I got my certificate. You know, someone entered the exam. We were students here. Entered the matric exam, and then someone, the period of the exam is 2 hours. Let's say the period of the exam is 2 hours. There is someone who entered, he answered in the first 15 minutes, all are correct, and he came out. And he got his certificate in 15 minutes. He succeeded everything. And someone spent 2 hours and not sure whether he succeeded or not. He's not sure. Which is better? The one who already got the guarantee and he finished 15 minutes. This interpret to you that those shuhada who we see sometimes in the lands of Palestine or anywhere around the globe, those are the most successful ones. Worry about what is left, who's alive still. But those who already got the martyrdom, those are the real successful ones. They are now in Jannah. They wish for us to know about their position. Ya layta qawmi ya'lamoon. I wish my people know about our position. We are in highest levels of paradise. Understand? So why I'm connecting the story of Sayyidina Musa AS, what's happening to Palestine, for those who feel the pain, and you should still feel the pain, but for you not to lose hope, for you to understand the real meaning of victory, for you not to give up on Allah, for you not to say, why Allah is not making the change. Allah is testing you and testing them. Testing you and testing them. They succeeded in their test. What about you? Did you succeed in your test? Did you say a word of haqq? Did you stand to support them? What did you do? You have certain duties towards them. What did you do? That's what we need to know. Understand, ikhwah? So understanding the meaning of victory, you die on the haqq. You die while the kalima is there. La ilaha illallah. Another important lesson. No victory comes without facing some tests first. The victory won't come just like that. No, you have to be tested first. Do you think you're going to enter Jannah like that easy? No, you have to be tested. This is a verse in the Quran. أم حسبتم أن تدخلوا الجنة ولما يأتكم مثل الذين خلوا من قبلكم مستهم البأساء والضراء وزلزلوا. You think you're going to enter Jannah before you're going to be tested like the previous nations before you when they were tested, and they were shaking until the messenger and those who believe with him would say, when is the victory of Allah? That's a verse in the Quran. When is the victory of Allah? So no, the way of Allah is that لا يمكن المرء حتى يبتلى. You won't reach to that relief until you be tested first. Why is this test? So that it is well knowing who's the true believer and who say, I believe, of course, Sheikh, yeah, I have iman in Allah. Once he's tested, he's complaining, and why me, and these things are happening to me, and he starts to lose hope. His father passed away or his mother passed away, something, find him fainting. They can't bear it. No, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. They scream, nothing. See the brothers and sisters in Palestine, you lose 10 family members at the same time. The house has been destroyed. Everything. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So steadfast on the path. On the other hand, someone who's living in luxury, etc., whenever a small thing happens to him, his girlfriend left him. Oh, what? I will commit suicide. What are you talking about? Just small things like that can, without iman, or when the iman is weak, it can affect you. When your iman is weak, the smallest of problems can affect you negatively. That's the thermometer. And when your iman is strong, the toughest of problem will pass on you, bardan wa salaman, easy. You handle it easy. Why? Because you have your Rabb. Inna lillah, we belong to Allah, and unto Allah is our return. Inna lillah, inna, not I belong to Allah. Inna means we. Me and myself, my family, my children, my parents, my belongings, my house, my wealth, my car, we belong to Allah, and unto Allah is our return. Is going to compensate us. Allah took something of His belongings to Him. Allah took it. And we're going to meet on Judgment Day. We're going to meet in Jannah. Understand, ya? So keep this in mind, that we are tested and try to prove to Allah Azza wa Jal that you are successful and you are patient and that you are sadiq ala tariq. Understand, ya? How many minutes left for Maghrib, for Isha? Sheikh? Around 20 minutes? Right. We're almost done, inshallah. Also, ikhwah, another important lesson is that the victory of Allah Azza wa Jal normally comes when people have done or exhausted everything in their hands. Keep this in mind. When is the victory to Palestine is going to be done? When is the victory is going to be done? When people have exhausted everything that is in their hands. Everyone did whatever in their hands. Everyone was supposed to do something, you did it. And still we're waiting for it. Allah won't say, who's going to lose hope? Who's not going to lose hope? Right? That's all a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So make sure that you never lose hope in Allah Azza wa Jal. And you exhaust whatever in your hands from capacities. They need dua. They need money. They need this. We give whatever in our capacity in order to please Allah Azza wa Jal. طيب. So when we exhaust the means of victory, then the victory comes from Allah to prove to you that وَمَا النَّصْرُ إِلَّا مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. Victory really comes from Allah. You tried, you did everything in your capacity. I will show you what I can do. Allah Azza wa Jal will show you what He can do. You understand, ya ikhwah? طيب. Another important point to mention is that Rasulullah sallam fasted, and this shows that part of shukr, being thankful to Allah, الشكر بالعمل, to thank Allah in actions. It's not just to thank Allah, say Alhamdulillah, good, you say that, verbal shukr. Or from inside your heart you are content, Alhamdulillah, right? But also in actions. In actions, Allah gave me money, I'm going to use this money to give the poor people and support them, etc. That's part of shukr. Allah gave you ilm, knowledge, you give tazkiyah from ilm, teach people. Allah gave you strength, health. You see someone who needs to be helped or to be carried, you spend from your health to support people. That's part of al-shukru bil-amal. In actions, you show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So al-shukru bil-amal, part of it is that Rasulullah fasted. He fasted. Show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Understand, ya ikhwah? And it is mentioned that he used to fast on Monday. When I asked, why you fast on Monday, ya Rasulullah? He said, ذَلِكَ يَوْمٌ وُلِدْتُ فِيهِ. This is the day I was born in it. So I want to fast to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. طيب. Another important point. Every Fir'aun has an end. No Fir'aun must think that, you already escaped. You will never find justice. The justice to every Fir'aun is his death. If he died as a non-Muslim or as a person who's an oppressor, then this person is being in punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even before Judgment Day. Because al-qabr, the qabr itself, the grave itself, there is punishment in the grave. So the fact that a person, someone say, this person, he is a dictator and he oppressed his people for 30 years and then he died a normal death. Yeah, but the fact that he died is in punishment already. Whether Allah Azza wa Jal took his soul in a normal way or took his soul qasasan or by the sword or whatever it is, but he died. So then he's in punishment already, being punished by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Understand, ya ikhwah? That Fir'aun, he thought that no one can defeat him. But then the sea, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed him through the water. That same water that carried Musa alayhi salam as a baby to the house of the Pharaoh. This water carried Musa alayhi salam to the house of the Pharaoh, and that same water saved Sayyidina Musa, it destroyed Pharaoh. When Allah Azza wa Jal wants, Allah can make one thing do two different tasks. The knife can kill, and the knife can help you to cut in the kitchen, etc. The fire can burn, and it can be salam and peace upon Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah can change the characteristics of things when He wants. So the narration mentioned that when Pharaoh, he saw what's happening, so that the sea split into two, so he passed by. He wanted to pass. He said to his soldiers, follow them, follow Musa alayhi salam. And here there is a lesson. When Allah ordained to destroy someone, this person is like blind. He can't see. If in today's time we are analyzing now the situation, Sayyidina Musa passed with his people from the sea, and then we are there. The other side is the Pharaoh and the soldiers. What advice will you give to the Pharaoh? Don't cross. Why don't cross? Because obviously this man who split the sea, easy for him to bring it back again and destroy you. Very easy. But he was blind. He couldn't think. He couldn't think at that time. When Allah ordained for a moment of destruction for any Pharaoh around the world, that person is like blind. You can't see. Khalas, the dunya closed on him. No way out. No way out. And even at the time when he crossed, and he thought that there might be some way out, is that I become a Muslim. At that time when he was dying, he said, آمنت أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين. Pharaoh said, I believe in that God of Banu Israel. I am a Muslim. I have become a Muslim now. I want to become a Muslim now. At that time when he was dying. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam already informed us that when the soul reaches the gargara, the throat, khalas, that tawbah is not accepted anymore. You cannot make tawbah anymore. It is mentioned in narration that Jibreel alayhi salam, he said to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لو رأيتني يا Muhammad, if you've seen me that day, O Muhammad, when Pharaoh was drowning, I got from the mud of the sea and I put into his face. I put into his mouth. Why? He said, I was afraid that he will say La ilaha illallah and Allah Azza wa Jalla will show mercy to him. To that extent. He said, I was afraid that he might say La ilaha illallah after all the oppression. He might say it, and then I put it into his mouth. When it is ordained for someone to die, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already ordained the punishment, finish. And it happened with so many other nations. فَجَعَلْنَا عَالِيَهَا سَافِلَهَا. Allah destroyed them, made the whole village upside down. Khalas, finished. The permission was given, intaha. Understand, ya akhwa? And here there is another lesson. That whenever you be in a position in the future, any of the young brothers here, make sure you don't follow the leaders or the captains or the people of authority in a haram when they command you to do haram. I am the boss. Do what I tell you to do. No, sorry. This is contradicting what Allah wants. If you command me to do something good, I will do it. Something lawful, I will do it. Go to carry this alcohol and give it to that person. I am the boss here. Sorry. This is not in Islamic. This is not in Islam. I can't do that. Those youth who are sitting here today, you need to understand these lessons. لا طاعة لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. There is no obedience for any creation when He commands me to do something that is displeasing to Allah. Carry the alcohol, I can't carry it. Carry pork, I can't carry it. Rasulullah sallam cursed the one who carry it, and the one who buy it, and the one who makes it, and I'm not going to carry it. It contradicts my deen. Understand? So keep this in mind. Or you are in a position of being a soldier or an officer or whatever. So the ruler or the commander, general or whoever, kill this one. I command you to shoot at this one. Sorry, I'm not going to shoot at an innocent person. If you know that this person is an innocent person, you mustn't. The soldiers, they followed Pharaoh in whatever Pharaoh is saying. They say to Pharaoh, Pharaoh said to them, cross behind, they just followed. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna Fir'auna wa Haman wa junudahuma kanu khati'in. Pharaoh, Haman, the minister, and their soldiers, all of them were mistaken. Not only Pharaoh, no, and the soldiers. Why? The soldiers will say, yeah, we were just following our people. we were just following the leaders. No, you are blindly following. Never be blindly following. Even if it's your parents. Even if it's your parents who tells you to do something that is displeasing to Allah, فَلَا طَاعَةً, no obedience. A ruler, a king, whoever he is, no obedience when they tell you to do something haram. Boycott your aunt, you can't speak to your aunt. No, sorry, I cannot break the family ties. Don't speak to them, I cannot do that. Why? Please my Rabb. I want to please my Rabb. I love you, I respect you, but don't tell me something that is displeasing to Allah. Allah Azza wa Jal comes number one in my life. One day someone was inviting him to accept Islam, and then he was very convinced. He was a young man, around 15, 16. So when he was about to say the Shahada, he said, please allow me to talk to my mother. I want to tell my mother first. I said, no problem, okay, it's your time. It's your haqq, yani. Tell her. So he went and tell her, and then she refused. She came back to me and said, Sheikh, my mother refused. I said, here, in this situation, you should worry about yourself. She refused, you should still accept Islam to be on the safe side. And you can keep your Islam private, you don't have to tell her anything. Sheikh, isn't it in Islam that I must obey my parents? Yeah, you must obey your parents, but not in shirk, not in kufr, not in displeasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Understand, ya ikhwan? So we mustn't be blindly following, especially when we are commanded to do what? To do something that is haram, and you know that it is haram. So Rasulullah already prophesied. He said, at the end of time, there will be unjust rulers. That's a hadith. Unjust rulers. So if you've seen them, or if you attended that, فَلَا تَكُونَنَّ شُرَطِيًّا وَلَا جَابِيًا. He said, you mustn't be a tax collector, and you mustn't be a police officer, or a soldier. He said, don't be to them. Why? Because they will tell you, kill, shoot, take this one, oppress him. You just follow it. He said, rather stay away from this fitna and don't be in these positions, because if you be in these positions, you might be killing innocent people. Understand, ya ikhwan? And this is exactly what's happening. And many of those soldiers, when you speak to them, say, I am Abdul Ma'mur. Sheikh, I'm just doing what they commanded me to do. No, you are wrong. Leave the job. Even you have to leave the job. If they tell you to kill, you mustn't kill. But I'm going to get killed. Even if you get killed, but don't kill innocent person. To be killed rather than to be the killer. Because the killer will be in Jahannam forever. You understand? So keep this in mind as a lesson. طيب. Another important lesson that we need in today's time, الثبات, steadfastness at the tough time. This is the last lesson I'm sharing with you for today. Steadfastness at the tough time. It needs to be steadfast, to be patient. إنما النصر مع الصبر. Nasr is with sabr. Understand? One young boy, he told his father, Father, teach me a lesson of how to be victorious. He said, okay, I'll teach you a very good lesson. Take my finger and bite it, and bring your finger and I will bite it. Bite hard. So they both started biting and say, let's see who's going to scream first. Each of them started to bite hard. So the son said, and he said, this is the lesson. The more patient person, this is the one who's going to get the victory. I was also in pain, same like you, but I was just more patient than you. That's why I succeeded. This lesson is very important. In wars, in battles, in anything, the more sabr you have and perseverance you have and steadfastness you have, the more victory you receive. Understand? The student study for long hours and tries his best, etc. He achieves. And the one who is not ready to sacrifice and you want an easy thing, all right, you might get some numbers or degrees. You might succeed, but not that big numbers or good numbers. The fact that you have sabr and perseverance, this is how you're going to achieve victory. Understand, ya ikhwan? Jannah, paradise it's not easy. Paradise needs strong people. Paradise needs people who are patient. Patience to resist haram. Patience to wake up for Fajr. Patience to resist the temptation. Patience to fast. Patience to do good. Patience to come to the masjid and spend some time there in the masjid. Needs patience. A Sahabi used to sleeping and then he hears the adhan al-Fajr. He will push the blanket with his foot and catch the blanket like this. Look at the blanket. Say, Fil jannati ma huwa khayrun mink. In paradise there is better than you. He throw it out and stand up immediately. Just think like that. The Sahabis think like that. One day the Prophet sitting with him, he said, أين المشمرون للجنة where are those people who fold their sleeves for Jannah? Fold the sleeve. Mushammirun means, literally means to fold your sleeves. But when we say fold your sleeves, means that there is a task, and so we need to do a task. That's fold your sleeves, guys. So everyone, what must we do? What must we carry? Like that. So he said, أين المشمرون? Where are those who will fold their sleeves for paradise? Immediately the Sahaba, each of them started to fold their sleeves. What must we do, Ya Rasulullah? نحن المشمرون. We are the ones who are ready to go to Jannah. They were ready to grab every opportunity to go for paradise. Inshallah. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us among the people of paradise. May Allah make us among the successful people. May Allah make us among those who listen to the speech, follow the best of it.